Welcome back everyone. Today I'll be taking you guys on the WAEC written yesterday being 3rd of June 2026. I'll be taking the objective section first. Now we have a question on the board which says solve 2x minus 3 less than or equal to 4x plus 5 less than 3x plus 7. This is an inequality question. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'll rule from the beginning of this till where I see my second inequality sign, and I'll rule from top till when I see again my second inequality sign. So I'm going to have two equations. My first equation therefore is what? 2x minus 3 less than or equals to 4x plus what? 5. From here till where my second inequality sign is, that's where I'll stop. And I'll solve this. I'll simply have 2x. I'll bring this to the other side. Will give me 4 minus 4 what? X less than or equal to positive 5. When minus 3 equals become what? Plus 3. Remember, if this was an equality sign, which is equal to sign commonly known, I can simply bring my 2s to the other side so that my value of s will be positive, and bring my plus 5 to the other side to become negative. But for inequality, it's better you move all the unknown to the left hand side. Now 2 minus 4 will give me minus 2, so I have minus 2x less than or equal to 8, and I'll divide through by minus 2. If I divide through by a negative sign, the inequality sign will change. This is less than or equal to, so it becomes greater than or equal to. So I have negative 2s divided by negative 2 less than or equal to become greater than or equals to 8 all over minus 2. This can cancel this, and I'll have s to be greater than or equals to minus 4. This is my first word condition, which can be taken as first case. And for my case 2, I have 4x plus what? 5 less than 3s plus what? 7. So I'll bring my s to the left hand side. So I have 4s here plus 3s cause equality side become minus 3x less than positive 7 plus 5 cause become what? Negative what? 5. And 4 minus 3 is 1, so 1s is same as x less than 7 minus 5 giving me what? 2. Now I'll combine my inequality. How do I combine my inequality? I'll focus on the lower value. The lower value here is minus 4. So since minus 4 is the lowest value, I'll rearrange it so that it will come, the sign will be towards my left hand side. So this is same as saying negative 4 is less than or equal to what? X. So this is my first, finally this is my first condition. And this become my second condition. So combining therefore gives me minus 4 less than or equal to x, and I'll pick this also. I've already gotten s, so I don't need to replace s, less than what? 2, which correspond to my option C. So this is our question 2. It says the expression s squared plus 10s plus 18 can be written as x plus p close bracket raised to power 2 plus q, where p and q are integers. Find the values of p and q. Now, the word integer simply means p and q must be whole number, and they can't be fraction as well. So what we have to do, we just need to expand this and equate it to this. Now if we have s plus p in bracket square plus what? Q. This will give me s plus p in brackets s plus p plus what? Q. This becomes s times x will multiply this entire bracket plus p will multiply this entire bracket. So that will give me s square plus xp plus xp. That's ps, which is same as sp, plus what? P square plus q. This become x square. Sp plus sp will give me what? 2xp plus p square plus q. Now we'll try to equate this together with this. Now I have s square plus 2xp plus p square plus q square to be equals to s square plus 10x plus 18. Now you can see that s square equal s square This first case. Second case, this half s, this equally half x. So I'll combine, I'll equate this and this, and I'll have 2xp to be equals to what? 10x. S can cancel x, and I'll have 2p to be equals to 10, and p will be equals to what? 10 over 2, giving me what? 5. So my p is equals to what? 5. So let's get our q. For our q, you can see that p square plus q square does not carry any what? Alphabet, which is does not carry what? X. So p square plus q square will be equals to 18, which is constant. They are constant because they do not carry what? The leading what? Variable, which is what? X. So I'll simply have p square plus what? Q square to be equals to my constant 18. So I've gotten my p already as 5. So I'll have 5 square plus q square equals to what? 18. And I'll have 5 square is what? 25 plus what? Q square equals to, okay, this is supposed to be q. This is q. 5 square plus q equals to what? 18. And q will be equals to 18 minus what? 25. And q will be equals to 5 minus 8 cannot, 15 minus 8, 7. And 1 minus 1, 1. So since 18 is subtracting, it becomes negative. So my p is equals to 5, comma, my q is equals to what? Minus 7. So I have 5 and minus 7. So this corresponds to my b. Thank you. Our question 3 says, a wire is bent to form a square of side 22 centimeters. If the wire is rebent to form a circle, find the radius. First, they said the wire is bent to form a square of side 22 centimeters. So let me assume this is square. This is square. And all the sides are L, L, L. So my perimeter will be equals to what? L plus L plus what? L plus L. Because perimeter is the sum of all the sides that makes up what? A chip. So P will be equals to what? 4L. And the side is 22. So the perimeter becomes 4 times what? 22 cm, which will be equals to what? 88 centimeters. This is the perimeter of the word square. Now, they said if the wire is rebent to form a circle, if the wire is rebent, so it simply means the wire remain what? The length of the wire remain the same. If the length of the wire remain the same, then the perimeter of the square will be equals to what? Perimeter of the what? Circle. And perimeter of the circle is equals to what? 2 pi what? R. Now, take note, perimeter of a circle is the same thing as what? Circumference of a circle. They are all 2 pi what? R. Now, perimeter of a square is equals to perimeter of the what? Circle. Since the length of the wire was not what? Altered, they only changed the dimension to form a circle. Now, they say we should find the what? Radius. Now, perimeter of the circle equal perimeter of the square, which is what? 88 centimeters will be equals to 2 times pi 22 over 7, which was given, times what? Radius. And I'll have, if I cross multiply, I'll have 88 cm times 7 will be equals to 2 times 22 times what? R. So I divide by 2 and 22. So my R will be equals to all over 2 times what? 22. This can cancel this. I'll have what? 4 cm. If this gives me 4 cm, this can cancel to give me what? 2 cm. And I'll have 2 cm times what? 7. And the radius will be equals to what? 2 times 7, which is 14 what? Centimeter. So this corresponds to my answer being what? C. We have a question on the board. It says, the point M is on the same horizontal as the foot of a vertical pole. The point M is on the same horizontal. So let me say this is the horizontal and this is the vertical pole. The angle of elevation of the top of the pole from M is 55 degrees. So if I have this as my line of what? Sights, I will have this as my angle of what? Elevation. I will have this as my angle of elevation, and it's at the point M. So if this M, because angle of elevation is the what? Angle made with the horizontal when one look upward. So this is my angle of what? Elevation. Let me say is what? 55 degrees, which was given. Now this must be a right angle. And the vertical height, the angle of elevation of the top of the pole from M is 55 degrees, which is this. If M is 10 meters away from the foot of the pole, so let this be the foot of the what? Pole, F. So, and M is 10 centimeters away So I have my 10 meter rather, my 10 meter there. They said calculate to the nearest meter the height of the pole. So let this be the height of the pole. Now if you watch, this is my right angle facing this side. So this become my what? Hypotenuse. And where my angle here is facing become my what? Opposite. And this become my what? Adjacent. Now I'm looking for opposite, which is h, and I have my adjacent, which is 10. So I'll use tan. So tan theta generally is equals to what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. And my angle here is 55 degrees, so I have tan 55 degrees. So equals to my opposite, which is h, which I'm looking for the height, all over what? My adjacent, which is what? 10 meter. So h should be equals to what? 10 meter times tan what? 55 degree. And h should be equals to 10 tan 55. Will give me 14.28. But the question says to the nearest meter. So this meter, which is approximately equals to what? 14. Since 2 is not up to 4, up to 5 to add up to give this 15. So we have 14 what meter to the nearest what meter. So my answer is what? B, which is 14.0. Question 5 says, evaluate 2 log 4 plus 3 log 5 minus log 2. So 2 log 4 is same as saying log 4 raised to power 2. That's one of the laws of indices. I can equally bring this back to multiply the log again. Plus this 3 log 5 will give me log 5 raised to power 3. Bring this to as the power of this. Minus what? Log 2. Now this will give me log 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. Plus 5 raised to power 3 is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 525 times 5, 125. So I have log 125 minus log what? 2. Now I'll use my law, or simply use 1 log, or have 16. Addition is to what? Multiply. So I have 16 times 125. And subtraction is to divide. I'll have all over what? 2. This can cancel to give me 8. And I'll have log 8 times 125. Let me use calculator to save my time. Or 125 times 8, 40, 0 carry 4. 16, 20, 0 carry 2. 4 times 1, 4, plus 2, 10. So 1000. So I have log 1000. And log 1000, since it's a natural logarithm, that is, they didn't give us any base. It simply means it's base 10. This, so I have log 1000 base 10. So this will give me log 10. 1000 is same as 10 raised to power 3. I can bring my 3 to the other side. I'll have log 3 log 10 base 10. And logarithm to its own base is 1. This is log 10 base 10. So it will give you 1. So I have 3 times 1, which is equals to 3. So my answer corresponds to option B, which is what? 3. Thank you. Question 6 says, the average speed of a car is 63 km per hour. It said express the speed in meter per second. This is very easy, especially for science students. This is kilometer per hour, and you know 1 kilometer is equals to what? 1000 meter. So we simply have 63 times what? 1000. Per mean divided. Hour, how many seconds we have in 1 hour? First we have 60 minutes in what? 1 hour. And we have what? 60 seconds in what? 1 minute. So we simply have 60 times 60. This is converted to meter, and this is what? Seconds. Now if I use my calculator, I'll have this will simply give me 63,000. You just put your 63, you add the 3 zeros all over. 60 times 60 will give me 3,600. These 2 zeros can cancel these 2 zeros, and I have 630 divided by 36. 630 divided by what? 36. Giving me 17.5. So I have 17.5 meter per second, which is same as saying 17.5 ms minus what? 1, which corresponds to what? My option what? C. It says write 6.02517 to 3 significant figures. 3 significant figures, since the first number is a real number, simply start from here and end here. So we have 6.0, but after the 2, 5 is greater than 4, so I had 1 here, become what? 3. So my answer is C, 6.03. Thank you. We have another question on the board. It says in the diagram, QRS are points on the circle center O. The center is O. if angle QRS is equals to 62 degrees, find angle SQR XQR. So I'm looking for this. This is my question. Now, since this is the center O and this line passes through the center, it simply means QR is a diameter. And if QR is a diameter, one of the theory in circle theorem says the edge, the angle formed in a semicircle is a what? Is a right angle. What it simply means is this: if this is a diameter, then the angle formed by these two chords that moves from the edges of the diameter forms a right angle. So this is 90 degrees. And if this is 90 degrees, I can simply say sum of angle in a triangle equals to 180. So my angle XQR, which is equals to angle Q, we simply, let me use the Q this way, we simply give me angle Q plus angle X plus angle R to be equals to 180 degrees, sum of angle in a triangle. And my angle Q equals to 180 degrees minus X. S is what? 90 degrees minus what? R, which is what? 62 degrees. So my Q will be equals to 180 minus 90 minus 62, which gives me 28 what? Degree. So we have 28 what? Degree. Yes, it's, which is my C. Take note, since this is 90, QR will sum up to give a complementary angle, which is both of them must add up to give you what? 90 degrees. Thank you. So we have, if 110 base x equal 123 base 4 minus 111 base 2. So find the value of x. This is a question of which a science student in JS3 can easily do because of its number basis. Now, let's start. This is 110 base x. I'll have 1 times x plus 1 times x plus 0 times what? X will be equals to 1 times 4 plus 2 times 4 plus 3 times 4 minus, I'll put this in close brackets since there's a negative sign. I'll have 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. Then I'll start to assign my what? My integers to the basis, and I'll start from 0. This is 0, 1, 2. Start all over. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. So this becomes 1 times s raised to power 2 plus 1 times s raised to power 1 is what? X plus 0 times any value is what? 0 equals to what? 1 times, this is what? 4 raised to power 2, 4 times 4, 16 plus 2 times 4 raised to power 1, 4 plus 3 times anything raised to power 0 is what? 1 minus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 is 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 1 is 2 plus 1 times anything raised to power 0 is what? 1. So, or therefore I have 1 times s squared is s squared, 1 times s is s, plus 0 doesn't matter, 1 times 16 is 16, 2 times 4 is what? 8, 3 times 1 is 3, minus in brackets, 1 times 4 is what? 4, plus 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is what? 1. So, therefore I have s squared plus x to be equals to, this will give me 19, 20, 27, minus, this will give me 5, 7, 7. So I have s squared plus x to be equals to what? 20. Now, if I push, I can move this to the other side and factorize. So I have s squared plus x minus 20 to be equals to 0. Now, 4 times 5 is what? 20. I've taught factorization to a great extent in my previous videos. You can go back and resolve if you can't factorize this. Now, 4 times 5 is 20. And 5 minus 4 will give me 1, which is x. So I have s squared plus what? 5x minus 4x minus what? 20 equal to what? 0. Now, if you check, minus minus equals to plus, so I'm good to go. So I have s squared plus 5x in bracket minus. Since this minus is coming here, everything, all the signs here will change. Minus 4x become positive 4x, and minus 20 become positive what? 20, close bracket equal to 0. What's common here is x. I have s squared divided by x is x, plus 5x divided by s is 5, minus what's common here is 4. 4x divided by 4, x. 20 divided by 4, 5, equal to what? 0. So from here, I'll simply have s minus 4 and s plus 5, since s plus 5 is common. So I have s minus 4 in brackets s plus 1 5 equal to 0. So s will be equals to positive 4 if I equate using the zero product rule, and s plus 5 will be equal to 0, and x will be equals to what? Minus 5. So the negative value was neglected, and our answer is equals to what? 4. Question 10 says a generator costs 82,000 naira. It depreciates by 10% the first year and 5% the second year. It says find the value after the second year. Now, the actual amount is this. For the first year, it depreciated by 10%. So I'll simply check for 10% of this amount, 82,000. 0.00 does not mean. If it was 01 or 00 something, it means. But since it's 00 that ends it after the decimal point, it does not matter. So I have 10% of 82,000 as this. So off is what? Multiplication. I can put this. Percent we cancel percent. This 0 can cancel this 0. And this can cancel this. And I'll have what? 8,200 as the depreciation. So after the first year, at the end of the first year, I'll have this amount. Where's the amount? 82,000 minus this value, 8,200. 82,000 minus 8,200. And that will give me amount at the end of the first year to be 73 what? 73,800. Now, for the second year, it depreciated by 5%. So I'll check 5% of this. And 5% of 73,800 is simply 5 over 100 off is times. So percent again, we cancel percent. These two zeros can simply cancel these two zeros. And I'll have 5 times 738. And that will give me 3690 in naira. Now, what's the previous amount? The previous amount is this. So the amount after the second year will be 73,800, which is the amount after the first year. 73,800 minus in naira 3690. So I'll have 73,800 minus my answer, giving me 701.10. Yes, 701.10, which is 70,100 naira. So correspond to my what? A. Thank you. We have a question on the board, question 11. It says a student approximated 1.2476 to two significant figures instead of two decimal places. Find the percentage error. What's percentage error? Percentage error, PE, is equals to what? Error over what? Actual measurement times 100%. Percentage error therefore equal error is what? Error is wrong measurement minus actual measurement over actual measurement times 100%. Now, first, it was a student approximated this to two significant figures. So 1.2476 to two significant figures gives me 1.2 significant figures. Yeah. And 1.2476 to two decimal places gives me 1.25. 7 is greater. To one decimal place means two numbers after your decimal. So our 4 is close to 7 and 7 is greater than 4 generally. You know, we add 1 to the left hand value if it is greater than 4. So we add when it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We round up. Remember. Now we have 1.45 towards two decimal words places. Now they said find the word error. Now they said a student approximated 1.2476 to two significant figures instead of two decimal places. Instead means instead is the correct, which is the word actual measurement. Now it's just like I asked you for a cup, let me say a bottle of Coke, and you came back with Fanta. I can simply say, but I asked you to bring Coke instead. I asked you to bring Fanta, but you brought this. So what it simply means is this instead of this simply means this is the actual measurement. Now we simply have our actual measurement now is what? to the two decimal places. So I have my percentage error to be what? Wrong measurement become 1.2 minus 1.25 all over actual measurement 1.285. So take note, this is my actual measurement and this is my what? Wrong measurement times what? 100 what? Percent. And percentage error will be equals to, I'll use my calculator to save our time. This is 1.2 minus 1.25, giving me minus 0.05 all over 1.25 times 100 what? Percent. Now if I multiply this by 100, I will have it to be minus 5% all over 1.25. Now again, if I divide by 1.25, I will have minus 4. So I have minus 4 what? Percent. Now, the absolute value of this minus 4% will simply give me 4%. Absolute mean it must be what? Positive 4%. But take note, the reason for this negative sign is because we underestimated. That's why we have the negative sign here. So our answer corresponds to what? B. Question 12 says, the sum of the ages of 14 learners in a class is 168. A learner was added to the class and the mean age changed to 12.2. Calculate the age of the new learner within 4 options. So let's see. How do we do this? Okay. Mean S bar is equals to what? Since they talk about ages, we simply have mean to be what? Sum of what? Ages all over what? N, where N is the what? Numbers. Now, they gave the sum of the ages of 14 learners in the class to be this. And they said a learner was added and the class and the mean age changed to 12.2. So we have 12.2 as in mean when somebody is added. So we have what? Sum of what? Ages all over N. N become what? 14 plus 1. So we have 12.2 equals to what? Sum of ages all over what? 15. So the sum of ages, take note, for 15 students, for 15 learners now, will be equals to what? 12.2 times 15. So we have 12.2 times 15 to give me 183. So I have 183, and they want to know the age of just the new learner. So the age of the new learner, age of the new learner will be equals to sum of ages for 15 minus sum of ages of what? 14, which gives us that of 15 is 183 minus that of 14 is 168. So I have 183 minus 168, and that gives us what? 15 what? 15 years. So this is my answer. Thank you. Question 13 says, the interior angle of a regular polygon is the same as the exterior angle. So let's find the sum of the interior what? Angle. But remember, sum of interior angle is given by sum of interior angles equal n minus 2 in brackets 180 what? Degree. Now, if we have this, we need to know our n. We don't know our n. If we know our n, we can easily get the value. Now, the question says the interior angle of a regular polygon is the same as the exterior angle. Now, interior angle I is equals to what? Exterior angle E. And sum of interior angles is equals to sum of interior angles. Sum of exterior angles is equals to what? 360 degree. And each exterior angle is equals to 360 degree all over n, where n is the number of sides. Now, interior angle equal exterior angle, and interior angle plus exterior angle is equals to 180 degree. meaning they are what? Supplementary. For instance, if the shape is a triangle and I have here to be 60 degree, here to be 40 degree, and here to be 90 degree, 100, 190 is not possible, so here should be 80 degree. This my exterior angle now should be 180 minus 60, which gives me what? 120. And this here will be what? 140. And this will be what? 80, 100. Here will be 100. So interior plus exterior, check all, they must equal to what? 180 degree. Now, they said interior and exterior, they are equal. So let me substitute what? E for I. So wherever I see I can put E. So I'll have E plus E to be equal to what? 180 degree. And 2E therefore will be equal to 180 degree. All over 2, all over 2. So the exterior angle is equal to what? 90 degree. Since interior angle equals exterior angle also equal to what? 90 degree. But I'm asked to look for some of the what? Interior angles. But remember, I said each exterior angle is equal to 360 minus what? N. And exterior angle is 90 degree. So using this, I will have 90 degree equals to what? 360 degree all over N. If I make N sort of formula, I have N to be equals to 360 degree all over 90 degree. This can cancel this. And 36 divided by 9 will give me 4. So I have 4. So the, what's it called? The polygon have 4 sides. And if you have 4 sides, it means it's a what? Quadrilateral. Take note, the quadrilateral have 4 sides. Now, they said I should look for some of the what? Interior what? Angles. Now, some of the interior angles is already here, which equals to what? Let me just use that to finish it. That simply equal N. N is what? 4. So I have 4 minus 2 in bracket 180 degree, giving me 2 times what? 180 degree, which is equals to 360 degree, which corresponds to my what? C. The question 14 says, a cubeboard of length 25 centimeter and breadth 8 centimeter holds exactly 1 liter of water. So I find the height of the cubeboard. Now, since we have 3 parameters, it simply means they are talking about what? Volume. So volume of a cubeboard is given by LBH, length, breadth, and what? Height. And the volume it holds is what? 1 liter. So we have 1 liter of water to be equal to the length. The length is what? 25 cm times the breadth 8 cm times the height we are asked to look for. Now, these are in centimeter, not in liter. So I must convert my liter to what? Centimeter. So 1 liter is equals to 1000 centimeter cube. Please remember. So we have 1000 centimeter cube to be equals to, this times this will give me 8 times 5, 40, 0 carry 4. 8 times 2, 16. 16, 20. So we have 20 centimeter square times what? H. I'll divide through by my 200 rather centimeter square. All over what? 200 centimeter what? Square. So this can cancel this, and my H will be equals to centimeter cube divided by centimeter square will give me what? Cm. Or have my cm here. And this 2, 0 can cancel this 2, 0. 10 divided by 2 is what? 5. So my answer is 5 centimeter, which corresponds to A. Question 15 says, the mean of 3, 5, 3x, and 2 is 4. Find the value of x. What is mean? Mean is S bar equals to what? Sum of what? Values all over what? N, where N is the what? Number of what? Observations. And mean was given as what? 4. They said it's 4 equals to sum of the number is 3 plus 5 plus 3x plus what? 2. All over how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4. All over 4. So I'll have 4 times 4, which is 16, will be equals to 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 2, 10. So I have 10 plus 3 what? X. I'll collect like 10. I'll move this to the other side. I'll have 16 minus 10 equals to what? 3x. 16 minus 10 is 6 equals to what? 3x. Divide through by what? 3. And x will be equals to what? 2, which corresponds to what? A. Question 15 says, the first term of an arithmetic progression is 20. If the fifth term is 4/5 of the third term, find the common difference. Now the first term, A, first term is A. A is equals to what? 20. And they said if the fifth term, which is U5, is what? 4/5 of the third term. 4/5 is 4/5. Off is same as times. third term is what? U what? 3. Now they say we should calculate the what? Common difference. D is equals to what? Question. Now, first term is known. Generally, we have un to be equals to a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d, where n is the number of term. So u5 simply will give me u5 will be equals to a plus what? 5 minus 1 close bracket d. And u5 will be equals to what? A plus 5 minus 1 4. So I have what? 4d. So u5 is a plus 4d. But our u5 they said is equals to what? 4 over 5 u3. In the same way, take note, u3 will be equals to what? A plus what? 2d. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 times d, 2d. So we've gotten these two. Then they give a relationship. u5 is equals to 4 over 5 u3. So u5 is what? A plus 4d is equals to 4 all over what? 5 u3. A plus what? 2d. Now, I can cross multiply. This will give me 5a plus what? 20d to be equals to this times is 4a plus what? 2d. Now, I have a, I also have d. This will give me 5a minus 4a to be equals to 2d minus what? 20d. Now, 5 minus 4 will give me 1, so I have a to be equals to 2 minus 20 will give me what? Minus 18. I'll attach my d. I'm looking for d. I'll divide through by minus 18. And my d will be equals to minus a over what? 18. And my a was given as 20. So d will be equals to minus 20 all over 18. And d will be equals to, what can divide here? 4 can, let me use 2. 2 here will give me minus 10. All over 2 here will give me 2 into 18 will give me 9. What else can divide? Nothing can divide. And I have minus 10 over 9. I've made a mistake somewhere. Let's recheck, please. We have u5 to be equals to a plus 4d, which is correct. So 4 over 5 bracket u3 a plus what? 2d. So I have 5 times a, 5a, 5 times 4, 20d equals to 4a plus, here it's supposed to be 8. So here it's supposed to be 8. So here's my 2. So here is 8. So 8 minus 20 will give me minus 12. Minus 12. And here should be minus what? 12. So I'm dividing through by minus 12. Minus 12 and where is minus 12. D is equals to minus a. Yeah. So we've gotten it, and 4 can divide, I'll have minus 5, and 4 can divide, I'll have what? 3. So I have minus 5 over 3 as my answer, which is what? B. Please take note. The little error was here, which we've resolved. A all over this. Yeah, correct. Question 17 says, triangle MNP is an isosceles triangle with MN equals to MP equal to 26 centimeter and MP is equal to 20 centimeter. Find the area of the word triangle. Remember, MN equal MP equal 26 centimeter means MN is 26 centimeter, MP is also 26 centimeter, and NP is given as what? 20 centimeter. So I should find the area. Now, since we have M to be common between these two, let's have something like this, and let the top be what? M. So that this can be MN, and this can be M what? P, and they are equal. So we have our 26 cm, our 26 what? Cm. Remember, if the two sides are equal, the two bases must be what? Equal. And we have MP now to be what? 20 cm. Now we are asked to look for the area of triangle. The area of triangle, since the three sides are known, we use the Aaron's formula. Aaron's what? Formula. Some people call it Aaron's formula. It's a matter of choice. Now, Aaron's formula states that The area is equals to the square root of x bracket s minus a bracket s minus b bracket s minus c, where a comma b comma c are what? Are the sides of the what? Triangle. And x is equals to a plus b plus c divided by what? 2. What's my a? Let's assume that a is this, b is this, and c is this. So let's say a is equals to what? 26 cm, comma b is equals to 26 cm, and c is equals to what? 20 cm. So we simply have x to be equals to 26 plus 26 plus 20 all over what? 2. So we have 26 times 2 plus 20 divided by 2. So we have s to be equal to 36 what? Cm. If s is 36 cm, here is my duster. Cheat. If s is 36 cm, then I'll have my area to be equals to x 36 bracket 36 minus my value of a 26 close bracket 36 minus b 26, and also in bracket 36 minus what? 20. So I'll have a to be equals to 36 minus 26 will give me what? 10. Again 36 minus 26 will also give me 10, and 36 minus 20 will give me what? 16. So I have a to be equals to 10 times 10 is 100. So I have 36 times 16 times 100 to give me 57,600, and a will be equal to the square root of this, square root of my answer, giving me what? 240 what? Cm square. Remember, area must be square. Since the value was given in centimeter, you have it in centimeter square, which I think corresponds to one of the options given. Thank you. We have number of shares and we have frequency. These values correspond to the number of shares, and these correspond to their frequencies. It says the table shows the frequency distribution of the number of shares in each of the 40 rooms of various houses. Use the information to answer the questions 18 to 20. Question 18 says find the mean. Since this is a tabular form, we simply get our mean by saying S bar is equal to summation fx all over summation f. Summation f is already the frequency, and the frequency has already been told indirectly as what? 40 rooms. Summation of all the frequency will give you 40. So summation f is equal to what? 40. Summation fx is simply x times f plus f, x times f plus x times f. So we've gotten our denominator as summation f to be what? 40. So we do this. So we have 1 times 2 plus, or let me use it from the bottom. We have 2 times 1 plus 7 times 2 plus 5 times 3 plus 4 times 4 plus 5 times 9 times 5 plus 7 times 6 plus 6 times 7, all divided by what? 40. This will give me 2, or let me use the calculator straight. 2 times 1 plus 7 times 2 plus 5 times 3 plus 4 times 4 plus 9 times 5 plus 6 times 7 plus 7 times 6. This gives me 176 over 40. So divide by 40 will give me 4.4 as my mean. Do I have 4.4? Yes, which is our B. Question 19 is bonus. It says find the mode. The mode is simply the number with the highest what? Frequency. The highest frequency is 9. Highest frequency is 9. So my mode is what? 5. So that follows with what? Option D. Then our question 20 says we should look for the median. The median is the middle value when the data are expressed. Now we have two ways to do that. I can use my median position. If I'm using my median position, I'll have my n, where n is the total frequency, n equals summation f equals to 2 plus 7 plus 8, which is equals to what? 40. And since n gave an even number, I'll simply add my median position to be equals to 40 plus 1 over 2, which gives me 41 over 2, which gives me 20.5. So this 20.5 th is the position of the median, which shows that the median is between the 20th and the 20th and the what? In between the 20th and the 21st what? Position. Now we start adding, like we're using an insight of cumulative frequency now. So we have 2 plus 7. That does not give me 20. So I add up again. So this remains 2 for cumulative frequency. This remains 2. 2 plus 7 will give me 9. Plus this will give me 10, 14. Plus this will give me 18. 18 plus this 20, 27. 27 plus this 27, 30, 34. And this will give me what? 40. So the 20th position is what we are looking for. Now you see, it's greater than this. 20th position is greater than this, but it's in between this. So again, our median is what? 5, which is 5 point what? Here is it. This, which is what? 5.0. Thank you. Question 21 says, a cone has a base radius of 12 centimeter and a height of 24 centimeter. The volume of the cone is equal to the volume of a cylindrical tank with a base radius of 6 centimeter. So calculate the height of the tank. Now, height of the tank here talks about the height of the cylindrical tank, which is cylindrical tank is simply what? A cylinder. Now, and they said volume of cone equal to the volume of the cylinder. So V cone equal V what? Cylinder. Now, volume of cone is given by 1/3 pi r square h, and volume of cylinder is pi r square h. All this is for what? Cone, remember, and all this is for what? Cylinder. If you get your cylinder, just divide it by 1/3. That's it. So let's see what's happening. Now I said, let's put our informations given. This is 1/3 times pi times my radius of the cone. A cone have a base radius of 12. So we have 12 square times the height. The height is 24 equals to pi times the base radius of the cylindrical tank is what? 6 cm. So we'll put our 6 square times our height h, which we are looking for. Height of what? Cylinder. Let's just see why it represents cylinder. So you can see that pi can cancel pi. 12 square is 12 times 12, which is 144. Times this can cancel the 7, 8 or half 8. And this 6 square is what? 36. H subscript cy. Now I will have h subscript cy, which is height of cylinder, to be equals to 144 times 8 all over 36. Now I'll simply use my calculator, which is 144 times 8 divided by 36, and that gives me 32. So height of cylinder is equals to what? 32 what? cm. So it corresponds to our option what? B. Now they said in the diagram, O is the center of the circle. OS is equals to what? 5 centimeter, and OZ is equals to what? 3 centimeter, and angle XOZ equal angle YOZ. Yes, XOZ equals to what? YOZ. They said we should find xy. Now, if we use our mid-angle theorem, we are going to have our xy easily, because if this is our central, then OX must equal OY, since O is the center, and it simply means that any line from O that touches any point, any part of the circumference, is what? A radius. So OX equal OY are both what? Radius. Simply mean OS is 5, so OY will be what? 5. That's why they said this angle equal this angle, because these two angles equally will be what? Equal. Now, if I use one side of my triangle, I will have this 5, 3, and what? SZ. So my SZ square will be equals to what? Will be equals to 5 square minus 3 square by Pythagoras. So SZ will equals to this, and 5 square is what? 25. 3 square is what? 9. And I have 5 square minus 25 minus 9. 25 minus 9 will give me 16. So I have square root of 16. And yeah, 25 minus 9 will give me 16. And square root of 16 will give me SZ to be equals to what? 4 cm. If SZ is equals to 4 cm, I'll simply multiply, because SZ, because SY is equals to what? SZ plus ZY. And I have my SZ as my question, XY rather as my question, and SZ must be equals to what? ZY, according to mid bisector what? Theory, midpoint bisector theory. So SZ equals ZY equals to what? 4 cm. So I'll simply have 4 cm plus what? 4 cm, which is equals to what? 8 cm. And this is my what? Answer. Question 23 says, a bag contains 20 green and a number of red identical balls. The probability of selecting at random a red ball is 3/5. Said, how many balls are in the bag? Now, how many balls are in the bag? Let the total ball, which is number of balls in the bag, let total ball equals to what? X. And the bag have 20 green. Number of green is equals to 20. Therefore, number of red will be equals to X, which is total ball minus what? 20. Now, they said the probability of selecting at random a red ball is 3/5. Remember, probability is equals to what? I use my as required outcome all over what? Total outcome. Some textbooks use required outcome all over possible what? Outcome. So probability of a red ball was given. So I can simply say probability red is equals to what? 3/5. And probability red is equals to what? Number of what? Red balls all over what? Total balls. Now we simply have probability of red, which is 3/5, equals to number of red ball. Number of red ball is X minus 20 all over total ball X. So we simply solve to make our S sort of formula. This will give me 5 times X, which is 5X, and 5 times 20, which gives me what? 100. 3 times X, 3X. And I'll make my S sort of formula. I have 5X minus 3S equals to positive what? 100 by collecting like 10. And 2S will be equals to 100. If I divide through by 2, I'll have my X to be equals to what? 50. So my answer is for D. The total ball is 50. Question 24. In the diagram, PQ equal PRO equal ROX and angle ROPX equal 32 degrees. Find angle QPRO. These are the options. QP arrow, QP arrow, QP arrow. So these are Q, these are P, these are arrow. So we are looking for this angle as our question. But if you watch, this two stroke here shows that the base angle, which is this for P and X in triangle P arrow S, must be equal. So we have here also, or let me use a new diagram so I can pour the information. This 32 degree. So since this side and this sides are equal, this angle will also be what? 32 degree, which is base angle of isosceles triangle. And if both angles are known, my angle arrow in respect to arrow PS will be 180 minus 32 minus what? 32, using sum of angles in a triangle. So it will be 116 what? Degree. If I've known this, I can know here sum of angle in a straight line. If here is X, then S plus 116 will be equal to 180 degree, because the two angles will be what? Supplementary. Now I have 180 minus 116, and here become what? 64 degree. If that's 64 degree, and I have these strokes, these two strokes, it means this angle and this angle will also be what? Equal. So this angle again will be what? 64 degree. Same reason, base angle of isosceles triangle. And if here is X, I can equally say X plus 64 degree will equal to 180 degree. Sum of angles in a triangle, and S will be equal to 180 degree minus 64 degree minus 64 what? Degree. And that will give me S to be equal to what? 52 degree, which, and X here finally happens to be my angle QP arrow, which equals 52 what? Degree. This is my answer. Question 25 says, in the diagram, PQ arrow and X are points on the circle with center O, and reflex angle PO arrow is equal to 220 degree. Reflex PO arrow, which is this, is 220 degree. They said find the marked angle, which is what? X. How do we find our marked angle? To find our marked angle, we can simply, let me redraw and just solve it directly. This is my X. This is my reflex, 220 degree. And I have this way. Now, to get my X is simply half of the reflex angle. Half of it, X is equal to what? Half angle what? PO arrow, which is half times what? 220 degree, giving me 110 what? Degree as what? A. Another way to do that is this. I can simply get my angle PO arrow, which is this. To get that, sum of angle in as sum of angle in angles in a point sum up to give what? 360 degree. So if I say 360 minus 220, I'll have 140 here. So this is 140 degree. And if this is the center angle at the circumference make will be what? Half of the angle at center, which is divided by 2, giving me what? 70. Here will be what? 70 degree. And these points are what? At the edge of the what? Circle, which is at the circumference of the circle, making it what? A cyclic what? Quadrilateral. And the opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral sum up to give you what? 180 degree. So I can have X plus what? 70 degree to be equal to what? 180 degree. And the reason is what? Sum of opposite what? Angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. So I'll simply have S equals to 180 degree minus 70 degree, which again gives me S to be what? 110 what? Degree. So A again is my answer. Thank you. We have in a triangle, in the diagram rather, PQ and arrow are points on a circle with center O. Angle OPQ, here's my O. OPQ is 77 degree, and angle PQ arrow is 130 degree. PQ arrow. They said find O arrow Q. O arrow Q is this. This is the angle we are looking for. So how do we look for that angle? Remember, if this is 130 degree for this angle here, the reflex of POR will be equal to twice this. So I'll have my reflex will be what? My reflex of POR will be equal to twice this angle, which will give me what? 260 degree. And my angle POR therefore will be equal to 360 degree. 360 degree minus what? 260. And that will give me here to be what? 100 degree. If that's 100 degree, I can sum up my angle P plus angle O plus angle R plus angle Q to be equals to what? 360 degree, because sum of interior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral add up to give you what? 360 degree. My P is 77 degree. My O is 100 degree. My R is my question, which equal angle PQR, and my Q is what? 130 degree, equals to 360 degree. Now my angle R plus 77 plus 100 plus 130 will give me 307 degree, equals to what? 360 degree. And my angle R equal 360 degree minus 307 what? Degree. So if I say 360 minus answer, I will have angle R which equal angle PQR will be equals to 53 degree, which corresponds to my what? A. Question 27 says a cylindrical tin of diameter 13.2 cm and height 20 cm is half filled with water. Find the volume of the water in the tin. Now, since it's a cylindrical tin, our formula for volume of what? Cylinder will be equals to pi r square h. And if you observe, the question was given, the answers were given in terms of what? Pi. So our pi remain constant. And our diameter was given. Diameter equals to what? 13.2 cm. Radius equal diameter divided by 2. So we have 13.2 cm all over what? 2. And the height is equals to what? 20 cm. Height of the cylinder is 20 cm. But they said it's half filled. So actual height of water, I can take it as H subscript A will be equal to 20 cm divided by 2, which is equal to what? 10 cm. Now I can therefore solve. Volume of cylinder will be equal to pi times radius 13.2 over 2 close bracket square times my height. What's my height? My height is 10. So I'll simply have it as, or just solve it directly. 13.2 divided by 2 equal square gives me this times 10. So I have 435.6. 435.6 pi centimeter cube. Why? My radius was square and it's centimeter square times my height in centimeter give me centimeter cube, which corresponds to my what? My B. Thank you. Question 28 says a right rectangular prism has a height of 9 cm. The length of the base is 8 cm and it is 7 cm more than the width of the base. Write a function V of the prism in terms of the length of the base. Now we're talking about a right rectangular prism. Now the volume should be equals to cross sectional area times what? Height. Where the height here is height of what? The prism. Now cross sectional area is simply the length times the what? Base given. length times the width given rather. So I can take it as LB in bracket, this times as well, and I have my what? Height. Now the height was given as 9 centimeter, but it says the length of the base is 8 centimeter. Length of the base is 8 centimeter. So length of the base, cross-sectional area, so it's the base that carries this what? Formula. It simply means the prism have a rectangular base, and area of a rectangle is length times what breadth. That's why we are using this as a cross-sectional area. So the length is equals to what? 8 centimeter, and it is 7, and the length is 7 centimeter more than the base. Meaning, if this is base, then I should have the base as what? X. This centimeter, please. X centimeter, which is x minus 7, all in what? Centimeter. And the height of the prism, height, is given as what? 9 cm. So if I put everything into this expression, I'll have volume in terms of x, volume bracket x to be equals to cross-sectional area, which is what? Length times breadth, giving me x bracket x minus 7 times my height. My height is what? 9. And I can choose to use this to multiply my x to give me 9x in bracket x minus 7. And this is my what? Answer, which corresponds to what? D. Question 29 says simplify 3 plus 2 root 3 all over root 3. And these are the options. Now we have 3 plus 2 root 3 over 3, root 3. All we simply do here is to rationalize. Rationalizing means we don't want to see a root, which is a radical at the denominator. So what I simply do, I'll multiply the top and the bottom by the root I'm seeing. If this cancel, I'll still come back to it, so I have not changed anything. So 3 times root 3 will give me 3 root 3. 2 root 3 times root 3 will give me 2 root 3 square all over. Root 3 will give me root 3 what? Square. And this will give me 3 root 3 plus 2 times 3. Why? Square will cancel square root all over. Square will cancel square root, I have what? 3. And this will give me 3 root 3 plus 6 all over 3. I can use this 3 to focus on this, and I can use this also to focus on this. Or I can simply factor out what's common. If you watch, 3 is common at the numerator. So I have 3 in brackets. 3 root 3 divided by 3 will give me root 3. And 6 divided by 3 will give me what? 2 all over 3. And this can cancel this. I'll therefore have root 3 plus 2 as my final answer, which corresponds to what? B. Thank you. We have given that 3a minus 2b equals 12 and a plus 5b equals to minus 13. They said find the value of 4a minus b. This is a simultaneous equation of which we have to use these two equations to get a and b and put the value of a and b here, and that's our answer. So let's go. This 3a minus 2b equals to 12, and this a plus what? 5b equals to minus what? 13. Now, if I want to use elimination method, I will easily eliminate a first. And if I'm doing that, I'll simply use the coefficient of a, which is 1 here, to multiply my equation 1, and use the coefficient of a in equation 1, which is 3, to multiply everything in equation what? 2. So doing that in equation 1 remain the same. I'll have 3a minus 2b equal to 12, equation 1. And equation 2 become, I'm multiplying equation 2 by 3 now. Here will give me 3a plus 3 times 5, 15b, 3 times 3, 9, and 3 times 1, 3. I'll put my negative sign. This becomes equation 2 what? I can take it as 2a. Now, since the coefficient of 3a here is plus, and the coefficient of 3a for the bottom is also plus, plus times plus is plus, so I'll subtract. If I subtract this, we cancel this, and I'll simply have minus 2b. Minus plus is minus. I'll have what? 15b equals to 12. Minus minus is plus. So I have plus what? 39. Minus 2 minus 15 will give me minus 17. So I attach my b equals to 1 plus 9 is 11, 1 carry 1, and this will give me what? 5. So my B will simply give me 51 all over minus what? 17, and that should give me 3. So B will be equals to what? Minus 3. 3 times 7, 21, 1 carry 2, 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, so B is what? Minus 3. I can put my B therefore into either equation 1 or 2 to get my what? A. I'll simply use equation 2 since it's easier. So I have A plus 5B equals to minus 13, and I have A plus 5 bracket value of B minus 3 equals to minus 13, and A plus minus is minus, 5 times 3 is what? 15, equals to minus what? 13, and A will equals to minus 13 when negative 15 become positive what? 15, and A will be equals to positive what? 2. So A is 2 and B is minus 3. Or put it into here. So I have 4A minus B. So I have 4 times 2 minus what? Minus what? 3. 4 times 2 multiplication first will give me what? 8. Minus plus 3, which gives me what? 11. So my answer is B, which is what? 11. Thank you. Question 31 says, it takes Y years for 87,300 naira to amount to 99,522 naira at 7% per annual simple interest. It says, find the value of Y. And these are the options 5, 3, 4, 2, corresponding to A, B, C, and D. Now, we have a formula that says amount is equals to principal in brackets 1 plus rate times time. Now, it takes Y years, so I'll replace my time with what? Y in years. So A equals to what? P brackets 1 plus my rate. What's my rate? Arrow, and my time is what? My time represented by what? Y. So I'm good to go. Amount is this 99,522. So I have 99,522 equals to my principal, which is this 8,7,300 in brackets 1 plus my rate is 7%. So I'll simply say 7 divided by 100, which will give me 0.07. So I have 0.07 what? Y. So first I'll divide through by 8,7,300. And I'll have 99,522 divided by 8,7,300, and that will give me 1.14 equals to 1 plus 0.07 what? Y. I'm looking for Y. This can come to the other side, so I have 1.14 minus 1 equals to 0.07 Y. So this my value minus 1 will give me 0.14 equals to 0.07 what? Y. I'm looking for Y. I'll divide through by 0.07, and I'll have my Y to be equals to 0.07. So Y is equals to 2, which happens to be years, 2 years. So this our answer is what? D. Thank you. A pilot flies from Lisbon to Kuala Lumpur on a bearing of 163 degrees. If the pilots flee from Kuala Lumpur to Lisbon on the same route, find the bearing. These are the options. Take note, on the same route here simply means it follows the same direction backward. So it's talking about the what? Back bearing. We've done bearing completely. I'll advise you to go and see the videos. You gain a lot. But what this is trying to tell you is a reverse bearing. Why? It says a pilot flies from Lisbon, and this is the bearing. This is 163 degrees. 163 degrees is greater than 90, but less than what? 180. So it should be here. And we have what? This is what? Lisbon. Then the other is what? Kuala. Second day become Kuala. And if I have 163 minus 90, I'll have 73 degrees here. And 90 minus my answer will give me here to be what? 17 degrees. and these two they are alternate, so here should be what? 73 degree. If this is 73 degree and this is west is 270 degree, I'll simply have the bearing, the reverse bearing, to be what? 270 degree plus 73 what? Degree. So I have 270 plus 73 to give me 343 degree, which happens to be what? My D. Thank you. We have question 33 as find the gradient of the graph of y equal 1 over 3 in brackets 29x plus 10 close bracket plus 5s in the xy plane. It said we should find the gradient, and this is the solution. But whenever we talk about gradients, our mind should go straight to the slope-intercept form of a linear what? Equation, which is giving us y equals to what? Mx plus c, where our m happens to be our what? Gradient, which is same thing as what? Slope, our m. And our c there is our intercept. So we have to solve this to give us an expression like this, and we therefore what? Equates. Now let's see. Y is equals to, this is same as saying 29x plus 10 over what? 3 plus 5x. Now I have x here, I also have x here. I can split this. This will give me 29x over 3 plus 10 over 3 plus 5x. This is like over 1. And I can have y to be equals to 29x over 3, bring this closer, plus 5x over 1 plus 10 over what? 3. Now I don't want to stress myself, I just want to focus on this and this, and I want the denominators to be the same. If the denominators are to be the same, then I'll simply multiply the top by 3 and also multiply the bottom by 3, meaning I've not changed anything. 3 times 5, I'll have 15 what? X, and 3 times 1, I'll have 3, plus what? 10 over what? 3. I'm focusing on this and this, remember. So my y will be equal to xm, therefore is 3. So I have 29x plus what? 15x plus 10 over what? 3. And y will be equals to 9 plus 5 will give me 10, 14. 4 carry 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4. So I have 44x over what? 3 plus what? 10 over what? 3. Then if I compare this equation with this equation, my y is equals to y, and my mx will be equals to what? 44 over 3 what? X. And you can see that s can cancel s, and my m, which happens to be my gradient or slope, is 44 over what? 3, which corresponds to my answer C. And take note that this 10 over 3 simply represents the what? Intercept. Thank you. We have question 34. It said consider these statements. P, the weather is not cloudy. Q, it is not going to rain. If P implies Q, which of the following is a valid conclusion? To get a logically valid conclusion from a conditional statement is to make use of the contrapositive of that word conditional statement. And the contrapositive of this of P imply Q. This is the hypothesis and this is the conclusion. It becomes the negation of the conclusion implying the words negation of the actual words hypothesis, which is what? P. Now this is read as the opposite of what? Q. So if Q is it is not going to rain, then negation Q becomes negation Q. We read Q is it is not going to rain, so negation Q will be it is going to what? Rain. So it is going going towards rain. Now negation P was P. P, the weather is not cloudy. So negation P becomes the weather is cloudy. Now negation Q implies negation P will be read as if it is going to rain, then the weather is what? Cloudy. Question 1, if the weather is not cloudy, then it's not going to rain. Not correct. Option B, if the weather is cloudy, then it is not going to rain. Not correct. Option C is, if the weather is not cloudy, then it is going to rain. Still not correct. And option D is, if it is not going to rain, then the weather must be cloudy. And our final answer here says, if, because there should be, it's an if and then stated, that's where if come from. And after this first statement, then we follow. If it is going to rain, then the weather is what? Cloudy. So the option is supposed to be option D. But because of this not here, option D is equally not correct. But if the not is removed, then option D is the correct answer. Thank you. I have a question on the board. It says, given that cos P is equals to 7/25 and theta degree is less than P less than 90 degrees, find the value of sine P. Now, we're given cos P to be equals to 7/25. But remember, cos is what? Adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. Adjacent is 7, hypotenuse is what? 25. I can use my right angle triangle. If this is the right angle and my hypotenuse is what? 25. This becomes my opposite and my adjacent is what? 7. So I'm looking for what? Opposites. So since I'm looking for opposite, I simply have opposite square is equal to opposite is equal to the square root of what? Hypotenuse square minus what? Adjacent square, 7 square. So O will be equals to 25 square minus 7 square will equals to 576 rather. 576. And opposite therefore will be the square root of 576, which is equals to what? 24. Now opposite is what? 24. And sine P is my question. So sine P equals to what? Opposite over what? Hypotenuse. And my opposite is what? 24. Hypotenuse was given as what? 25. So my opposite over my sine P is equals to 24/25, which corresponds to what? C. Thank you. Question 36 says, the mean height of 3 groups consisting of 20, 16, and 14 students are 1.67 meter, 1.50 meter, and 1.40 meter respectively. Find the mean height of all the students. Now we know that mean, which is S bar, is equals to what? Since they are using height, we can say total what? Height all over what? N, where N represents what? Number, N represent what? The observations made. Now, since we want to get total height, because the research you can find the mean height of all students, we'll need total height. So let me get my total height. Total height will be equals to what? S bar N. Now we'll get the total height for each group rather. So I have total height for group 1 will be equals to S bar, the mean for the first mean, the mean height of this. So the first mean is this. So I have 1.67 meter times number of students in the first mean given for the first mean is what? 20. So I have times 20, and I'll have 1.67 times 20, giving me 33.4 meter. Also total height for group 2. Group 2 have a mean of this. So I have 1.50 meter times the number of students, which is what? 16. And that will give me 1.5 times what? 16. Giving me what? 24 what? Meter. Now for the third, total height for group 3 will be equals to the mean of group 3, 1.40 meter times what? The number of students there, 14. So I'll have 1.4 times what? 14, giving me 19.6 what? Meter. Now, the mean height for all students become S bar, which is mean, to be equals to what? Total height. And the total height is already what? This. Total height now happen to be height of G1 plus G2 plus G3, which gives you 33.4 plus what? 24 plus what? 19.6, all in meter, divided by the number of students. Number of students is 20, 16, and 14, which is 20 plus 16 plus what? 14. This will give me 20, and this will give me 20, which is 40. So S bar will be equals to over 40. 33.4 plus 24 plus what? 19.6 equals 77. So divide by 40 will give me 1.925. 1.925. No option there. Where am I making the mistake? Let's review it, please. First mean 1.67 times 20. 1.67 times what? 20 equals 33.4, yeah? Then the second 1.5 times 16. 1.5 times 16 equals 24. Yes. And the third 1.4 times 14, giving me 19.6. So plus 24 plus 33.4, giving me 77 again. So I'll add up 20 plus 16 plus 14. That gives me 50. Oh yes, 50. So I'll have 77 divided by what? 50, which gives me 1.54. 50, please. 1.54, and the unit is what? Meter. Do I have that there? Yeah, 1.54 meter. So that's the answer for question 36. We have, if 2 raised to power minus n is equals to x, find 2 raised to power n. Solution. We have 2 raised to power minus n equals to what? X. I will ask to look for 2 raised to power n. For me to get 2 raised to power n, I need to just multiply the two by negative value. So I have 2 raised to power minus n in bracket minus 1. If I multiply here with minus 1, then I must multiply here with minus what? 1. And minus will give me plus, and n times 1 is what? N. So I have 2 raised to power n equals to s raised to power minus 1. 2 raised to power 1, there's no s raised to power minus 1 here. But from indices, we know that s raised to power minus 1 is equals to 1 all over x raised to power 1. The 1 all over, I've removed the negative sign. And 1 all over s raised to power 1 is s, so we have x. So this 2 raised to power n is equals to 1 over what? X, which corresponds to my option what? C. Thank you. So we have a question. It says, given that s ratio 3 over 4 is equals to 1 over 2 ratio 9 over 8, find the value of x. For us to find x, this x is same thing as x over 1 ratio 3 over 4 equal 1 over 2 ratio 9 over what? 8. Now, ratio is the same thing as divide. So I have s over 1 divided by 3 over 4 equal 1 over 2 divided by what? 9 over 8. I'll change my division to multiplication and I'll interchange my right hand side. So I'll have times what? 4 over what? 3 will be equals to 1 over 2. If I change this to times, I will interchange the right hand side again. 8 over what? 9. Now, nothing can cancel here, so I simply have 4x all over what? 3 will be equals to 2 can cancel here, will give me what? 4 over 9. And what is common here? 4 is common. 4 can cancel 4. I'll have x over what? 3 equal 1 over what? 9. If I cross multiply, I'll have 9x equals to 3 times 1, 3. If I divide through by 9, I'll have x will be equals to 3 here 1, 3 here 3. So my answer is 1 over 3. Thank you. A variable x varies directly as a variable z varies directly as x and inversely as y. If z equals 12 when x equals 4 and y equals 5, find z when x equals 6 and y equals 45. This is a variation question. Solution. They said the variable z varies directly as what? X and inversely as what? Y. The next thing I have to do is to what? Convert my variation to equality sign. So I have z equals to what? kx all over what? Y. Now, or input my values given, the first three values given, so I can get my what? Constant, which is what? K. My z is 12. I have my k times, my x is 4, and my y is 5. If I cross multiply, or I can simply use this to cancel this. This cancel this will give me what? 3. So I have k to be equals to what? 3 times 5, which is what? 15. Now my equation become z equals to what? 5x all over what? Y. Now I'm looking for what? Z. X is 6 and y is what? 45. I'll use my what? My law, also known as equation, also known as formula, and also known as what? Relationship. So my z will be equals to 5 times, my value of x is 6 and my value of y is what? 45. Now something can cancel. 5 here 1, 5 here 9, 3 here 2, 3 here 3. So I have 2 over what? 3. And 2 over 3 will give me what? 2 over 3. Do I have 2 over 3 then? No. Let me review. I have, oh, this 15. Yeah, this 15. So 15 here. So 15 here is 1, 15 here is 3. And 3 can cancel this to give me 2. So my z is 2, which is C. Thank you. Question 40 says, factorize completely. H square minus k square minus p bracket h plus what? K. How do we do that? You can simply see that the first bracket is h square minus k square. Since both are square and they have a negative sign in between, is difference of 2 square, which gives me h minus k in bracket h plus what? K. Minus, enclose bracket, since there's a minus there, p bracket h plus what? K. Now if you watch, we have h plus k to be common. I'll bring it at h plus k. If h plus k cancels, divide h minus k and h plus k, or have h minus k left here, I'll put my negative sign, I'll put my little bracket. If h plus k cancel h plus k, I'll have p. Since p is just a value, I can clean my bracket and I'll have this, and this can be enclosed, because if it's not enclosed, then it's like the plus k is what is affecting this alone. Take note. So this is my what? Answer, which is what? C. We have question 41, which says, in the diagram, O is the center of the circle, PQR, SQ equal QR, and angle PQR is equal to 68 degrees. Calculate angle PRS. Now it's time to calculate PRS. PRS, so there should be a joining here. So we have to calculate PRS. How do we calculate PRS? But the first thing, let's move from what we know to what we don't know. Now, first, PRS is this little angle. PRS is this angle. This is what we are looking for. But if you watch, you see that this PQ passes through the center of the circle. O is the center, so it passes through the center of the circle. Therefore, my PQ is a what? PQ is a diameter. And since PQ is a diameter, the angle sustained by this angle QRP must be 90 degrees. Angle QRP must be equal to 90 degrees. Why? Angle in a semicircle. This, since PQ is a diameter, it divides the circle into 2 equal halves, so it's a semicircle. And the angle formed by the 2 halves from the edges of the diameter, which is this, must be 90 degrees. So if this total is 90 degrees, if I can get S arrow Q, I can simply get S arrow P, which I'm being asked for, which is P arrow what? P arrow what? S. Now, how do we do that? First, I can see they said which are equal. They said SQ equal Q arrow. There's SQ. SQ equal Q arrow. If both of them are equal, that simply means that base angle must be equal. So this angle here, let me redraw it and put all my information. So we have this, and we already know that so this is what we have. So if this is 68 degree and SQ equal Q arrow, that simply means this angle and this angle must be equal. Base angle of isosceles or triangle. Now I'll have these two angles, I will have them as 180 degree minus 68, which is sum of angle in a triangle, which gives me 112. So both are going to share 112 degree equally. So I'll divide by 2 to give me here to be what? 56 degree, and here to be 56 degree. Take note, you can still say, if you see here, you can say SQ arrow plus S arrow Q plus QS arrow will be equals to what? 180 degree, and this is what? 68 degree, and this are equal. You pick one of them and you make it sort of formula, and the other one will also be equal to this. So we have as 56 what? Degree. So if this is 56 degree and I have this total angle here as 90 degree, which is this, then I'll simply have, where is it? I will simply have X arrow Q, angle S arrow Q plus angle P arrow S to be equals to what? The 90 degree. Because if I use angle in a semicircle to get my P arrow Q to be what? 90 degree. Now my S arrow Q is 56 degree plus what? Angle P arrow S equals to what? 90 what? Degree. So angle P arrow S will be equals to 90 degree minus what? 56 degree. So 90 minus 56 will give me 34 degree. So angle P arrow S is equals to what? 34 degree. Thank you. We have, for what value of m is the expression m plus 1 all over 3m squared minus 2m minus 5 not defined. And for the expression not to be defined, simply means the denominator must be equal to 0. So we have 3m squared minus 2m minus 5 equal to 0. Now I'll simply try to factorize. Now 3 times 5 is 15, so my product is equals to 3 times what? Minus 5, which is minus what? 15. Now think of two numbers, when they multiply, it gives 15. When they add or subtract, it gives us what? Minus 2. I can use 3 and 5. I'll simply say 3m squared plus 3m minus 5m minus 5 equal to 0. Now minus times minus is plus. So I have 3m squared plus 3m in bracket. Bring my minus the way it is. Since negative is here, is at the front of the bracket, all the sign changes to what? Changes. So minus 5m become 5m and minus 5 become plus what? 5 equal to what? 0. What's common here is 3m. 3m squared divided by 3m will give me m. 3m divided 3m is what? 1. Minus what's common between 5m and 5 is what? 5. 5m divided by 5 is what? m. And 5 divided by 5 is what? 1 equal to what? 0. So I have 3m minus 5 and what? m plus 1 equal to what? 0. So I have 3m minus 5 equal to 0, or m plus 1 equal to 0. And my m will be equal to 0 minus 1. M will equal to minus 1. And here I have 3m equal to what? 0 plus what? 5. 3m will be equal to 5. And m will be equal to 5 over what? 3. So we have 5 over 3 or minus 1 as our answer. A point Q is 6 km due north of P. An arrow is 8 km due east of P. A bus travels on a straight route from Q to arrow at an average speed of 40 km per hour. How long does it take to travel at that speed? Now, answer we're giving in what? Minutes. It says, I'll try to draw my diagram first. A point Q is 6 km due north of P. So, due north of P. This is my P. This is P. So, this become what? Q. This is 6 what? Kilometer. Now, an arrow is 8 km due east of P. Is this east of P? And if you've not watched our previous videos, I advise you to go and watch it. It will really help you, trust me. Arrow is what? 8 km due east of P. So this should be a little bit longer. 8 km. And this is what? Arrow. So I can simply join this and this. And remember, northward and eastward, a right angle will be formed here. So this becomes my hypotenuse, which is what? It says a bus travels on a straight route from Q to arrow. Q to arrow. So this is the distance I'm looking for. And they gave the average speed. Now, let me take this as, let me just use it that way. So my Q arrow square by Pythagoras will be equals to what? QP square plus what? P arrow what? Square. So this will give me QP is what? 6. 6 square plus what? A square equals to 64 plus 36 rather. This 36. 6 times 6 36. 36 plus what? 64, which equals to what? 100. So QP, is it QP? Q arrow, therefore we equal to the square root of what? 100, which is what? 10. Which unit? Kilometer. So we have 10 kilometer for this. Remember, we are supposed to have plus minus 10, but a distance must be positive. So our Q arrow must be what? 10 kilometer. And the question does not end there. It therefore says, how long does it take to travel at that speed? The speed was given. So we remember that speed in general, speed is equals to what? Distance over what? Time. Now the speed is what? 40 kilometer per hour. So this is 40 kilometer all over what? Let me put h here. Over h. Equal to, my distance is what? 10 kilometer. And my time is what? C. So I'm looking for my time. You agree with me that kilometer can cancel kilometer, and 10 can cancel, 0 can cancel 0, and I have 4 over h equal to 1 over what? T. I'm looking for time. So I'll simply have my time. So I'll have 40 equals to what? H. H times 1 is h. So T will be equals to what? H over 4, which is hour, where is it? H over 4, which is indirectly what? 1 hour, which is what? 1/4 of the what? This time, which is hour. But the time was given in what? Time was given in what? Minutes. So time therefore will be equals to hour. Since I'm converting to minutes, 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. So I'll have 60 minutes all over what? 4. And my time will be equals to 4 into 6 is 1 remainder, 2 into 20 is 5. So we have 15 minutes as the time it takes to travel at the speed of 40 km per what? Hour. So my answer is what? C. Question 44 says, given that s subscript n is equals to 2n squared minus 3n, he said find s subscript 6. If we have s subscript n to be equals to 2n squared minus 3n, then s subscript 6 with respect to s subscript n will give us our n to be equals to what? 6. If n is 6, then s subscript 6 will be equals to, in place of n, I will now put what? 6. So I have 2 bracket 6 close bracket square minus 3 bracket what? 6. This will give me 2 bracket 6 square 6 times 6, which is what? 36, minus 3 times 6, 18. Now this times 2 times 36 will give me 72, minus what? 18. 12 minus 8, yes, left with 6. 12 minus 8 will give me 4, and 6 minus 1 will give me what? 5. So I have 54 as my answer, which is D. Thank you. We have a question. It says the roots of a quadratic equation are minus 2 over 3 and minus 1 over 4. It said find the equation, and these are the options. First, to get the root, we simply say x, because we are given in terms of s. X minus, let me say, arrow 1 in brackets x minus arrow 2 is equals to what? 0. Let arrow 1 equals to minus 2 over what? 3, comma, arrow 2, arrow subscript 2 equal what? Arrow subscript 2 equal minus 1 over what? 4. Now, substituting it into the equation, I have x minus, my arrow 1 is minus 2 over 3 in brackets x again minus arrow 2 minus 1 over what? 4 equal to what? 0. So this will give me s minus minus is plus 2 over what? 3 in bracket x minus minus is what? Plus again 1 over 4 close bracket equal to 0. X will multiply this, so I have x bracket s plus 1 over 4 close bracket plus what? 2 over 3 bracket s plus 1 over 4 close bracket equal to 0. I can clean the top without the options. So I'll have s times x, I'll have s squared plus s times 1 over 4 will give me x over 4 plus 2x 2 over 3x will give me 2x over 3 plus 2 over 3 times 1 over this will give me 2 here 1, 2 here 2, 1 over 6. So I have 1 over 6 equal to what? 0. Now, I'll take my XCM. XCM of 4, 3, 6. 2 here is 2, 3, 3. 2 here, 1, 3, 3. 3 here, 1, 1, 1. So my SCM is 12. Or multiply through by my SCM. With my SCM rather. So I have 12. 12 times s squared will give me 12s squared. Plus, I'll have 12 brackets x over 4. Plus 12 brackets 2x over 3. Plus 12 brackets 1 over 6 equals to 12 brackets what? 0. And that will give me, and this will give me 12s squared plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times s, 3s. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 2x will give me what? 8x plus 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 1, 2 equal to what? 0. And this will give me 12s squared plus 3 plus 8 will give me plus 11 plus 11x plus 2 equal to 0. So I have 12s squared, which is my question 1, is my what? Answer. Thank you. We have question 46. Given that v is equal to 1 over 3 pi r square h, make h the surrogate of formula. Remember, this is the formula for area or a volume of cone. Yeah. So how do we get it? We simply have v equal 1 over this 1 over 3 pi r square, same thing as what? Pi r square h all over what? 3. I'm looking for what? H. If I cross multiply, I have pi r square h to be equal to 3v. And I'm looking for h. I'll divide through by pi r whole square. Pi r whole square. Pi r square will cancel this, and h should be equal to what? 3v all over pi r whole square. 3v over pi r square, which is what? A. Thank you. We have question 47 asks. An arc of length 22 centimeters sustains an angle theta at the center of a circle. If the radius of the circle is 15 centimeters, find the value of theta. So we are looking for theta, and the main mention of arc of length. So we are using length of arc. So arc length is equals to what? 2 pi radius theta over 360 what? Degree. So they gave the arc length as what? 22. 2 times pi is 22 over 7. Times our radius of the circle is 15 centimeter times theta over what? 360 what? Degree. Now all we need to do is to make our theta set of formula. This will give me 2 times 22 times 15 theta to be equals to 22 times what? 22 times 7 times 360 what? Degree. Now 22 can cancel 22. And I have theta to be equals to 7 times 360 degree all over what? This times this will give me what? 30. And theta will be equals to 7 times 360 divided by what? 30. And I'll have 84 what? Degree. So my answer corresponds to what? Option D. Thank you. Question 48 says, the result of increasing a quantity x by 400% is 60. Find the value of x. They increase a quantity s by 400%. Let the value be x, like they said. So to increase means to add plus a quantity x by 400%. So we have 400% of what? 400% of what? X. And it will be equal to what? 60. Now I have x plus 400% of this, give me 400% over what? 100 what? Percent of its times. I have my x equals to what? 60. Now this will give me x plus percent will cancel percent, 2 zeros will cancel 2 zeros. I'll have plus 4x equals to what? Because 4 times s is 4s equals to what? 60. So s plus 4s will give me what? 5s equals to what? 60. And if I divide through by 5, my x will be equals to 5 here 1. Then yes, therefore 1 into 10 will give me 2. So the value of s is simply what? 12. Thank you. We have given that x minus 2 is a factor of 8 minus 2qx minus s squared. Find the value of q. If we are using polynomial, we have this 8 minus 2qx minus s squared to be equal to 0 inside of reminder's theorem. And since s minus 2 is a factor, we simply have x minus 2 to be equal to 0, and s equals 0 plus 2, and s will be equals to what? 2. Now we've gotten our value for what? X as 2. But we don't know our value for what? Q, which we are asked to look for. We simply put our value of what? X, which equal to, into this equation to get our what? Q. So we have s 8 minus 2q in bracket 2 minus 2 in bracket square equal to 0. We only substitute the value of x as 2 into this expression. So we have 8 minus 2 times 2, 4. So I have 4q minus what? 2 squares, 2 times 2, which is 4, equal to what? 0. Now I have 8 minus 4 equals to, bring it to the other side, become positive what? 4q. 8 minus 4 will give me what? 4 equals to what? 4q. If I divide through by 4, q will be equals to what? 1. And that's my what? Answer, which corresponds to option what? C. So we have the last question, which says a line in the xy plane passes through the points minus 9, 10. If the gradient of the line is 1 over 3, find the equation of the what? Line. These are the options. And if you observe the option, y is the subject of the formula. So I simply have gradient n is equals to what? Y minus y1 all over s minus what? x1. Here the gradient n, gradient of the line is this 1 over 3. And my x1 must come first here, which is what? Minus 9. And my what? Y1 is next, which is what? 10. I'll put these three values into the expression. So my m is 1 over 3 equals to y minus y1 is what? 10 all over x. X minus s1 is what? Minus what? 9. Now, let me clean the up so that I can just finish it here. So this will give me 1 over 3 equals to y minus 10 all over x. Minus minus is what? Plus. So I have plus 9. So if I cross multiply, I'll have 3y minus what? 30. 1 times s is s, and 1 times 9 is what? 9. Now I'm looking for y. Remember, because y is what of formula here. So I have 3y equals to what? X plus 9 plus what? 30. Collecting like terms. So 3y will be equals to s plus what? 39. I'm looking for y, so I'll divide through by what? 3. And I'll have my y to be equals to x over 3 plus, if you watch, 3 into 3 is what? 1. And 3 into 9 is what? 3. So I have x over 3 plus what? 13, which corresponds to my answer, what? D. This brings us to the end of the objective section of yesterday's paper, being 3rd of what? Of June 2026. So thank you. We'll keep in touch so you get the theory part when it's out. Thank you. Bye.